Good day, everybody. You know what I'm doing, so it's just going to take a little time for me to share, and then we'll get to this. I had a conversation with Sebass today, so just give me a sec, and then we'll get started because we still got more to talk about with this situation with defending our Constitution. So just give me a second, and then we'll get started and give you a chance to do your part. You use your ad highlight at add followers and tag persons, and let's get going. We gotta get this message out. All right. So I'm gonna do my part. You do yours, and then it's good. You'll be good. All right. So we're almost there. All right. So you can go past. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we always take time to share the live first because it is never shared. So use your ad highlights, ad followers, etc., to get the message out. And also those little like the little hearts and the thumbs up, etc. Use those, keep them going up, and it confuses the algorithm. All right, and that way we'll be able to get this shared out to everyone. Just keep those hearts and likes going up on the screen, and it'll confuse the algorithm, and it will be shared. All right, so I just want to make sure that you all know how to do your part. All right, so just give me a minute. Let me share this, and then we'll get going. I am live in Pinewood. I'm live in Pinewood, uh, at our headquarters. Have been coming here all day to get their shirts. No matter how much shirts we bring in, they're going every single day, and we're bringing in shirts every single day. Um, but we're here live in Pinewood. I'm here every day, uh, sitting right here. So if you're in Pinewood and you want to see me, this is where you can find me. In the evenings, we go on the street, we go walking. But if you're in Pinewood and you want to see me anytime, from about 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., you're going to find me right here. And you'll be able to talk to me, uh, Pinewood, and on the streets in the evening when everyone gets home from work. So we'll be right here. All right. So just give me a sec. Just sharing this. There's some people who always ask me, why are you on the phone when you start the lives? Because we have to make sure that the message gets out because most of our people don't get the message. All right, there we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple quick things to talk about because I have to hit the street. Sorry, the imagery is dark because the sun is right there behind us, so you're not going to see me very well because of the backlight. All right, but you can work with it. I hope you're hearing it clearly. You just make sure you're getting the proper reception. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Um, we are on the streets and we're ready to go. We had an interesting day today. Um, uh, at a call. with Sebass today. It was an interesting call. Um, I called Sebass 3 times to ask for the $5 million for the people of Fort Charlotte. Of course, he didn't answer. I'm used to him answering my calls, but he didn't answer this time. And then eventually he sent me a text saying, "Who is this?" I don't know why he would do that. He knows my numbers. This isn't like this is the first time we talked. And two, when I WhatsApp call you, my picture is there. And I'm sure he knows who I am. I know he knows who I am. And so he said, "Who is this?" And I told him it's me. And he asked, "How can I help you, sir?" And of course, that that led to me asking what I asked him. So I think what I should do is let you see exactly how that conversation went. But it was an interesting conversation. And why is it that I was bold enough to call him and ask him? Because he challenged me that if I could, find it, then that's the information about his contracts. Then he would pay the people. And so I did find that information. And so I think that what he should do is pay the people. All right. And so I'm going to share that text message with you. So I think everything is frozen. I don't know if people can even hear me now. Let me see. All right. Our internet is going up and down. Of course, whenever we do these kind of broadcasts, we get attacks. And so we just want you to stay making sure. All right. So let me make sure that you can hear me. I'm so sorry. Something is going on. Something is going on. Let me make sure you can hear me. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me now. No, you cannot. Okay. Yes, you can. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, I put the text on the screen, but it's not looking the way it normally looks when we're here. So anyway, I'll ignore that. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you can hear me. If you have any problems, just text me and let me know. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, I reached out to Sabas to ask him for the $5 million for the Bahamian people. I guess I don't know if it was a mayor puff, if he was showboating when he offered it. Well, he offered it to me, not the Bahamian people. He offered it and covered their whole empire, and we didn't. Okay, I'm live, so I'll call you. All right, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're suffering some kind of cyber attack. I don't know what that is. That's why you see us constantly going up and down. Uh, okay, yeah, we're suffering some kind of cyber attack. All right, so we just want to make sure that we're back up. Okay, we're back up. So, as you know, when we did the live on Sunday, our YouTube feed was knocked off. And that wasn't YouTube that did that because normally when YouTube does it, they send you an email and tell you why they took it off, and they'll give you a chance to appeal so that they could bring it back on. But we got none of that, and so we know that it was a a cyber attack. All right. So um, we don't understand why persons don't want the truth out there, but we're gonna keep doing what we're doing in any event. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I called for Sabas and I asked him for the money for these people. All right. And I'm gonna let you know what his answer was. Just give me a sec. Um, just give me a sec, and I'm gonna let you see what Sabas's answer was, and then I'm gonna let you know. All right. And so, just give me a sec. Just gonna pulling it up. Just give me one sec. Almost there. Okay. This is some kind of cyber attack going on. This just won't even let me upload this. We try it again. All right. Okay, maybe we overrode it and we could get it going. All right. So I'm going to show you what the response was. As I said, I called him 3 times back to back. I'm used to him answering my calls. He didn't this time. And he sent me a text saying, um, who is this? And of course, he knows who I am. And my picture was showing when I called. But he said, who is this? So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna let you see the response. You pull it up. Okay, so here what you're seeing on the screen, yeah, what you're seeing on the screen is let me pull it up differently. I'm gonna put it up differently for you. Just give me a sec. Okay, here we go. So this right here was our little chat that we. This is myself and Sebass. Now, all right. So what you're seeing right here is our next to me is our chat. All right. So I called him 3 times, as you can see there, one, two, three, and then he said, "Who is this?" All right. He said, "Who is this?" I said, "Lincoln Bain." He said, "How can I help you, sir?" He's acting like he doesn't know me, I guess. And he said, "Sorry." I said to him, "I am." I said, "I'm calling about the 5 million you promised. I would like it distributed. I would like it distributed. Change is here. I would like it distributed to the people of Fort Charlotte. If you don't want us to give it to them, we will give it to the people of Pinewood." And so, if he doesn't want to do what he has to do for the people of Fort Charlotte, I told him, well, the people of Pinewood could use it, and since it's mine, because he offered it, uh, let's give it to the people of Pinewood. And so he answered. I'll pull up the other image. So people of Pinewood, the $5 million should be coming because Sabas is a man of his word. All right. So give me a sec. Let me just tell you what he had to say, and let me just tell you what he had to say. Um, so okay, here it is. All right. So this is what he responded. It's interesting. He said, "My constituency better and impact the lives of Fort Charlotte, and by extension, the Bahamas. If you ain't talking that language, full stop." He said, "I guess he means if you're not talking that language, there there is 400,000 plus other people you can speak to on this blessed morning. So in other words, I'm 400,000 plus people out there. He say, talk to you all about that. Okay, so we just had a cyber attack again. So they're trying to take this live down. Um, I don't know what they got to hide. Um, so I'll wait to see if you can hear me, if it's back up. Just wait to see if we can hear. All right. All right. Yes, we just had a cyber attack again. They keep hitting us off, knocking us off of this. All right. So that was Sebastian's response. He told me to go ask the 400,000 plus Bahamians for that $5 million. I mean, that was a very cocky answer, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to keep you going, keep you informed of what's going on. I said, okay, I responded to him. While he was typing that, I responded, I asked something else. I said, also, how can you offer me $5 million, but you declared that you only have 2.8 million in the bank? And so he declared $28 million as his net worth, but he says he only has $2.8 million in cash. And so my question to him was, how could you offer me 5 million if you only have $2.8 million? That's kind of fraud. That's fraud. I said, and after his message came to, and he said, go ask the Bahamian people, the 400,000 Bahamian people. I said, so you won't be a man of your word? I said, also, it's a bit arrogant to call Fort Charlotte your constituency. You don't live there, and you haven't had we haven't had the election yet. That's because he said my constituency when he spoke to me. And I also said to him, it was great talking to you again. See you in the election court. And I repeat, it was great talking to you again. See you in election court. Well, in any event, uh, Sabas says that I must ask y'all, the Bahamian people, for the money. I guess where he's used to getting money from the Bahamian people and then using it, spending it lavishly and traveling with it, setting the machine so that they don't do much payouts. So when you spend it on that casino, he rakes all that money in. He's so used to getting from the Bahamian people. I guess again he's saying let the Bahamian people pay you. I think that was an arrogant answer. Um, that was actually a little bit shocking to me. And so the issue we have with this, there's some people saying leave Sebass alone, et cetera, et cetera. We want the government to follow the law. It is very important that the government of the Bahamas follows the law and that we live by the rule of law. That is very important to a democracy. I don't know if you understand how important that is. There is nothing more important than that right now. I'll be honest with you. And so, you know, if you have people who can break the rules, but no one else can, that doesn't make them smart. That doesn't make them better than anybody else. Um, uh, that means that everyone has a disadvantage. But in any event, um, I'm demanding that he lives up to his word. Sabas, pay the people. You said if we find it, you said if we find it, that if I find it, you would give me $5 million. I told you I don't want the money. I want the people to have it. Now you're saying you don't want to give it to the people of Fort Charlotte. So I'm telling you that I am collecting that money and I'm giving it to the people of Pinewood. I'm going to distribute it evenly right here. I'm going to let them line up and I'm going to distribute it to them because you offered it, because that's their money. All right. Every dollar you have didn't come from you, it came from the people. All right. So we want to give that to them. the biggest problem that they're having, all of a sudden, all of these pontiffs, everyone, if you ask someone in this country, you've commented on social media on this, that all of these QCs and KCs, etc., is no more QCs. KCs, that's the King's Council, the big time lawyers. They're commenting on this. People on one side, people on another side. They're having different arguments. And that's the way it should be. We should have debate on different stuff. But we shouldn't have to have a debate on this because someone is breaking the law and the government seems to be complicit in it. And so that's where we are right now. And so I want you to understand there were some people saying, oh, but you didn't show the contracts. Listen, you don't have to literally show a physical contract to know that there's a contract. Did you know that even a verbal agreement is an agreement? And you can determine agreement by the actions. All right? You can look and see your actions, and based on your actions, you can tell that you all two had a contract. That's how the law works. All right. And so what we did was we showed you the building that is a government building, known to be a government building. You can see the government operating in there. And then we showed you who owns the building. And so obviously, the person who owns the building is renting it to the government. I don't think the government is squatting. All right. And that shows the contract. And we showed you how they even hiding it and why he was arrogant because he was hiding it in foundations. Oh, and we're just getting started. We're just getting started. And so that's the issue there. And so we showed the contract. A contract is not the written agreement. That's a written contract. An agreement, a contract can even be verbal. You can have a verbal agreement. It doesn't have to be written. The contract in writing is just proof of the agreement. All right? That's what it is. But you can have an agreement without the written contract. I just want you to understand that. So we don't have a Freedom of Information Act. And this is exactly why the conversation should be about the Freedom of Information Act that the FNM and the PLP refuse to give to the Bahamian people. Because we shouldn't have to be guessing about contracts. We shouldn't have someone who has contracts being arrogant and telling a Bahamian, yeah, you find it, I'll pay you $5 million. Well, we found it. Okay? And so that's where we are with this. So now that we found it, Sabas, I need you to pay the people. All right? I need you to pay the people. Since you don't want to give it to Fort Charlotte, I am taking that and I'm giving it to the people of Pinewood. All right? That is not negotiable. You made the offer. And so you are going to pay the people. All right? So um, now they kept switching their talks. First, Sabah said he was going to declare on nomination day. Then they came back and said, oh, he has more to declare. He's going to put more stuff out there. All kinds of stories is going on. Then they said he declared properly. First they said he declared properly. Then they said he's going to declare more or something. It's crazy. If they had done this right, they wouldn't have to be scrambling and saying all these different stories. Now, what they did say was that he declared. And we see where he declared. All right? Like everybody else did. The problem is if he has a government contract, he has to publish that in the Gazette a month before election day. Now, he declared, but what he did do, what I saw in the Guardian, I don't because I didn't see it. What I saw, the Guardian did a story saying that he also gave a note. He gave a note that he gave a note. Okay, he gave a note that he has $160 million in a trust, in a family trust. They said he put that in a note. Listen, that's not how this works. You don't put a note saying you have a $160 million trust. You declare the $160 million trust, all right, on nomination day. I'm not even talking about the notice in the Gazette. When you declare on your nomination form everything that you own, that is for you, your wife, and your children. Read the declaration form, it says it right there. You, your spouse, and your children. Uh, that is what you're supposed to declare. All right? And so if you have a trust in your children's name, you're supposed to declare it as a part of your declaration. So you're supposed to put 160 million and then put a note in the back that the 160 million is a trust for the children. That wasn't done. So all of these smart, educated lawyers, um, all of these educated lawyers couldn't. Uh, sorry, multitasking. That is what you're supposed to declare and how you're supposed to declare it. All right. And so if they said he put some note in the back because it is not in the front, if he put it in the back and didn't declare it and declared 28 million, 28.9 million, that is wrong. And so I reached out to him, even though he says he doesn't have the cash in the declaration. I reached out to him because he could probably find it from somewhere, and I wanted to go to the people. Now, with that said, Sabas, since this was the arrogant answer that you gave to the Bahamian people, that answer right there, since that's the answer you gave to the Bahamian people, we're gonna have a part two. And since you or whoever sent trolls on social media to attack me because I want things to be done right and done properly, part two is coming. And part two is going to be worse than part one. I was waiting to see what your response would be, and so I didn't empty the clip on the first one. But this time, the Bahamian people are going to see everything and they're going to tie it together. We're going to help them to understand exactly how this entire nation is being defiled. And we don't want our nation to be defiled for a few criminal minded people. Adrian warned you not to get into politics. You still went. You feel like you can do what you want because everyone has a price. I'm going to call on Bahamians to stand up for what is right. We can't have money coming from criminal enterprise, uh, all kinds of things, people smuggling and other stuff, and we're going to reveal everything. We're even going to reveal U.S. documents. All right? We can't have money coming from criminal means and being laundered by buying buildings and renting it to the government so it can go in the banking system. We can't have anyone uh, paying politicians to do their bidding, to influence their bidding. And that's my opinion of what's going on. We can't have that. And so there are some people who won't like this. They won't like the fact that we're speaking out. Um, but we got to speak truth. And that's what we're going to do. And so for those who want to protect, uh, the darkness that's been going on, so be it. And to the Christian Council, and to people who are members of the Christian Council, to our pastors, don't take bribes. Don't take bribes. Don't take bribes. But we are going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, exactly how everything is tied together. Other people's names are going to be called. Other people's names are going to be called. And we're going to show you how all of this ties together. Because the international community has a dossier, a file on all of this. And we have the file. And the file is going to blow your mind. It's going to show you everyone who's connected. All right? So, what we need Sabas to do is to step down, remove yourself, and withdraw as a candidate. Because, in our opinion, you did not declare the right way. With Thursday, we're going live. Tomorrow, we're going to announce the location where we're going live from. But make sure you are there. Wherever it is, if you can be there with us. That's on Thursday. We're going to go live at 7:30. All right, Thursday at 7:30. Yeah, the news will still be on, but the news ain't got nothing on what you about to see. All right. Since they questioned me and said, "Oh, where's the actual physical contract with government? Like government is gonna, like we have a Freedom of Information Act." Well, we're now gonna go deeper. And we're going to show you how the entire Bahamas has been corrupted. Even prominent people in this country have corrupted themselves. The only problem for me is you it's one thing to let people do criminal activity. That's one thing. I'm not talking about the numbers part. I'm talking about other criminal activity. It's one thing to let people do criminal activity, but you cannot allow it to be normalized by our government. Our government should not be participating in what we feel is money laundering. How could the government be doing that? If a building was bought with illegal money, which we showed you, how do you then take that illegal money into the government treasury by renting from them, justifying them? And the international community can see this. I'll tell you something else that happened today. I went to the Registrar General's office because the Guardian printed something. I think it was the Guardian. Don't hold me to that, or the Tribune. They printed something saying that Sabas made a note along with his declaration. He did some note. So I don't see the note anywhere on the declaration. So I decided to go to the Registrar General's office on Harold Road with Tony Quillen Darling Highway, and I asked for it. And so Harrison Thompson's secretary told me to give that kind of document out. They have to get permission from Harrison Thompson. I said, no, this is a public document that was published in the paper. What do you mean you need permission from him? Anyone should just be able to go there and receive this public document. What are you talking about? But of course, they said they're not giving me the document, and I have to get permission from Mr. Thompson, who refused to answer my calls. And so up to now, I don't have the document. Why would it be so secretive to have this document? I believe, I strongly believe that the note that they put, they maybe added that later after they realized that we were exposing them. That after nomination day, they went there and probably added it to it. I believe that. And but what we want to know is why can't I get the document? We only see the front of the document, but people can make notes on the back. Why can't we get it? Well, anyway, we're gonna update you with that if we get it. But this Thursday, someone says here, interesting comment. Sabas came to my house and said there will be light, and my light was on in 5 days. Listen to me. Don't be impressed by politicians giving you what is yours. That in theirs. We should have had a national lottery, and we as a people should have been benefiting from that money, not a couple individuals. We should have been benefiting from that. We shouldn't have to be beggars. They always want you to be beggars. Bahamians will be beggars no more. They want you to have to come to them begging for a couple dollars. They're not doing that for love. They're doing that for their own personal gain. Their own personal gain. And so some people feels like this is an attack. Um, someone says, you jumped the gun, my brother. You should have waited till election day. Um, no, there's never a wrong time to reveal the truth. All right? There's never a wrong time to reveal the truth. If any interest in any contract is not declared, any interest in any contract is not declared, they have an issue. And so there's some people saying we should have waited till election day. We don't agree with that. Um, um, but I think it was better for the Bahamian people to see the skullduggery, to see what's going on. Not on election day. I'm glad you saw it now. All right? I wanted you to see. See, if we had gone there and they had stopped him, or if we'd waited till election day, you would have said, okay, they stopped him, so no, all's fair. But the fact that the government is jumping in and they are panicking, And they are having these actions that the people can see. The same thing that happened in the referendum is happening now. The same thing. And you can see the cocky behavior. It doesn't matter what the people vote for. It doesn't matter what the people think. We got bankers in our pocket. They got uh, prominent persons in their pocket. They got politicians in their pocket, and they got clergy in their pocket. And so they feel like they can just break the law, and the law is only for you, the poor people. The PLP went on a rampage, and the PLP decided to start. They're going through the declarations, and they're looking for every little thing that persons have declared in order to determine, in order to say that they're going to disqualify them. Something that never happened before. But all of a sudden, it's important to them. I guess they feel like that's going to intimidate us. All right. I saw them sending something around today saying that one of our candidates doesn't live where she says she lives. Um, well, good luck with that, because exactly where she lives is where she lives, and our family there can do an affidavit to show you that. All right. And if I want to, I could spend time in one place and spend time in another place. I don't have one place of abode because there's hits on my head. I move around. You can tell me which one I live to. All right, that's my choice. You know, Hubert Ingram got a house in Abaco and a house in Nassau. Which one do you live to? All right, and so they're desperate, and that's what's happening. They're also very concerned about their poor turnout at rallies. They're very concerned about that. You go through, you can walk past. Uh, they're 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 concerned about that. The live rally last night for the PLP was um, concerning for them. You could see that even on the stage, they weren't really impressed and they weren't really jubilant like they normally are, because there was a lot of empty seats. And I know they're putting out pictures that I guess they wiped out the empty seats somehow. But if you go back and watch the video, if they don't take it down, watch the YouTube video. You're gonna see how empty that place was. How many empty seats were there? Not the video pulled back, because it's harder to see when they pull it back. But watch the video where they showed the seats. That's never happened. Election is literally next week. By now, the rally should have been on Clifford Park and should have had, big rally, shoulder to shoulder. They're not confident. I want you to know, Bahamas, that you're not alone. There are a lot of Bahamians who are tired and fed up. And so that rally, even though were teasing, they were teasing the rally of of the FNM. Their rally at that soccer stadium, which I think holds about 1,000, no one did a number, and it was scanty. That rally didn't impress them. All right. So with that said, since they decided to send some people to attack me, I heard they even putting out documents saying it's court documents and no stamp is on the document, but yet they still spreading that like it's a legit document. I haven't seen the document. People told me, oh, they spreading this document, but this case again, the same old case. And they said the document don't have no stamp on it. So how is it a court document? Every court document has the stamp on it, which means that it was submitted. But listen, don't get distracted. They can tell you all kind of things. They're gonna bring up everything to try to attack me now because I'm spreading the truth about the corruption in this country. And if that's what God sent me to do, then so be it. If I'm gonna lose votes for doing that, and so be it. But we have to speak truth to power in this country. We got to get this thing right, and we got to empower the people. All right. And so they're gonna tell you, oh, Lincoln used to own a strip club. They're gonna tell you all kind of things. Oh, Lincoln used to own a bar. They can tell you all manner. They can make up everything that they can. None of it is true. All right. And so don't get distracted. Let's stay focused on our government buildings that we're paying for. Let's stay focused on the issues that affect us as a people. I'm not talking about Sabas' personal life. I don't care about their personal life. I'm talking about how it affects us as a people, how it affects our treasury, how it affects our reputation with the rest of the world. America is coming to watch. America is coming to watch this. Now, there was a statement by the Parliamentary Registry Department today where they're saying that we always have international observers. See, they're always playing with words and tricking you. They're always playing with words and tricking you. The international observers is normally the OAS or another Caribbean group, or sometimes they'll have former prime ministers from the Caribbean. That's international observers. But the United States of America observing themselves, I don't remember that ever happening. All right, and that's important. I think that they see the skullduggery that is going on, and they are concerned. I saw the news media. I saw the news media trying to make it look, because after I had my live, Little Lincoln, Michael Pintard, he decided to have a press conference of his own, repeating the same things that I've been saying. And he's saying that they wrote to America to get them to come. Um, uh, we called for backup months ago, and so we called for backup months ago. So he likes to copy me, but that's the greatest form of flattery. All right, it's imitation. That's the greatest form of flattery. All right. So Thursday is gonna be epic, and so uh, Sabas, do what you have to do. Do what is right. Do what you offered. Um, do what you offered the people. Um, you don't want to give it to Fort Charlotte, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to give it to the people of Pinewood, and we can count it out as we give it out every single dollar. All right. So that's for the people of Pinewood. That's $1,000 each, about, for the people of Pinewood. All right. So to the voters of Pinewood, I should say. That's not a bribe. We're not telling them to vote for us. We're going to distribute it and not ask people. We're not going to ask them who they're voting for. We're not going to tell them to vote for us. We're just going to help whoever we can help, since you offered that. But please uh, run the people of Pinewood with that money. All right. That's all we care about right now. But Thursday is going to be epic. Um, if you enjoyed Sunday, if you learned a lot on Sunday about how these dark underworlds work and how money laundering and all this kind of stuff works, um, you're going to really, really appreciate Thursday, because we're going to show you more. So Thursday at 7:30, be right here. We are going to have it on all our platforms. I want to say this before I go. Most interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, uh, the COI pulled off the biggest rally in Bahamian history on Sunday. It was the biggest rally in Bahamian history. Over 300,000 people watched our live. I think 214 or 15 or whatever on my page alone. That's not counting on our website, on LinkedIn and YouTube, etc. Um, Over 300,000 persons watched that live. That means that you want the truth. You want justice in this country. You do want, something different. And so Thursday, we're going to give you more. We're going to teach you more. Class is going to be in session. For all of my Pinewood people, I'm going to be sitting right here every day, all day. You can come here and see me. In the evenings, we go out walking, which we're going to do right now. So feel free to be a part of the movement. Give me a chance. Put us in the house and watch how we are going to make a difference. All right. So Pinewood, give me a chance. Put me in the house. The Bahamian people, put the COI in the house. Let's get rid of this corruption. Let's fix this. But we're going to tie it all together on Thursday. We're going to show you people smuggling. We're going to show you court cases. We're going to show you drug money. Yep. We're going to show you the dossier. The dossier from up north. And the dossier knows everything. It's going to blow your mind. So, see y'all. Let me see if anyone has any questions. See if anyone have any questions. Someone asked me if we're giving it out to 1.4 million or Sabas money owes you. Um, what? Let me help Bahamians understand. Your Your net worth is not cash money that you have. That's the value of the things you own. That's your car, your property, the spoons and forks and your TVs. That's the value of everything you own. So if someone declares that they have 28, million dollars or $10 million, they don't have that in cash. That's not what they that's not cash in hand. That's the value of everything they own minus their debts. All right. So the the money we want to give to the people of Pinewood, since Sebass didn't want to give it to the people of Fort Charlotte, we're gonna take that money he promised and that $5 million, and we're gonna give it to the people of Pinewood. All right. So don't go spreading out there. Say tell the people come for their $1,000. We didn't get it from Sebass yet. All right. So we're telling Sebass to live up to his word, the amount of his word, and pay the 5 million that he promised, and get that. And I'm gonna give that $5 million to the people of the voters of Pinewood. All right. And so I hope you understand. Don't go switching my words and saying I promised the people of Pinewood Five. And we're not doing that for votes. All right. We're not telling them to vote for us. We're not asking them who they voting for. We're just taking that and distributing that because someone promised it to me, and I really don't want nothing from them. All right. And so that's it. So we're not planning to bribe anyone for votes. We don't care about who they are voting for or anything. All right. So so that's really what the situation is. All right. So y'all I hope you all understand. All right. All right. So all right. So yeah, they were telling me that Sabas was quoting scripture on their rally last night. Um um Say no weapon formed against him shall prosper. But he was quoting scripture last night. He could be speaking in tongues on Thursday. All right. And so we'll see y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go and hit the street, and it's time for us to really talk about what's going on in this country. It's time for us to fix this broken society. It's time for us to stop having a few people owning everything and distribute it to the people. It's time for us to empower our people, and we're gonna show you exactly how this is gonna get done. It's time, y'all. It's time. Our country can work. But right now, it's clogged up with all the money in a few hands. We got to break that. We got to open the floodgates, empower the Bahamian citizens, and let foreigners come in to work for us. Someone also had a question. They were concerned about where I said, who is in is in, when I was talking to someone who was born in the Bahamas to foreign parents during the last live. We're talking about legal people, people who are here legally, all right, including people who are born here, people who come here the right way. If you're in, you're in, all right. But we're talking about moving forward. There will be, excuse me, there will be no naturalizations, all right. We're not talking about an illegal person can come here and as long as they're in, they're safe. No, if you came here illegally, we've already explained this is in our plans. We're getting rid of you. You're going back, all right. So for all of those people of Asian descent, don't let the PLP and FNM swing y'all. They're just trying to make money off y'all. Don't let them swing you. We got to fix this country. All right? Vote for change because their corruption is going to turn the Bahamas into what you or your parents ran from. We need order in this country and we will have order. And so, Sabas, you are ordered to pay what you promise. In any event, since you don't want to pay and since you send the people to start putting stuff out there on me, once you all touch me, I come in. So I don't know why you all tell them to go concoct one document or some stories and then go put it out there. Because now I come in harder this time. And every time y'all touch me, I come in even harder. I have nothing to lose. There's nothing y'all can say about me. There's nothing y'all can do to me. I have nothing to lose. I have one objective. If God tells me to say something, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it fearlessly and without remorse. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you all on Thursday at 7:30. Tomorrow, I'm going to post on my page exactly the location of where we're going to be. We're going to watch the weather and safety purposes. Um, we'll tell you where we're going live from. But Where I'm going to see you on Thursday at 7:30, and everything that was secret will be revealed. Everything that was secret will be revealed. See y'all next time.